One late afternoon in Asheville, North Carolina, Ella Morgan was tending to her small garden. Suddenly, a strange cry rang out from the backyard, causing her to stop in her tracks. Her little cat named Luna quickly ran toward the sound. Ella hurriedly followed, her heart filled with worry about what had just happened. When she reached the yard, she was stunned by the scene unfolding before her eyes. A small owl, its feathers soaked from yesterday's rain, stood silently in the middle of the yard. Its silver-gray feathers drooped, its legs trembling as it tried to cling to the wet ground. Its deep round eyes shone with worry and a bit of heartbreaking despair. Luna the kitten was fascinated by the small creature, circling around curiously. Occasionally, Luna gently rubbed her head against the owl's body as if trying to get to know it. But her curiosity unintentionally frightened the owl more, making it stiffen and not daring to move. It just opened its wide eyes, looking at Ella, with a gaze full of both suspicion and hope for help. Without hesitation, Ella bent down, gently reaching out to pick up the owl. Although the bird's body was trembling with fear, it did not resist or try to flee. Perhaps, deep inside, it sensed the safety radiating from her. Ella immediately carried the bird into the house, her heart filled with sympathy. She took a soft towel and carefully dried its wet feathers. The hairdryer was set to the gentlest setting, each stream of warm air blowing evenly. The warmth spread through the small body, causing the bird to stop trembling. The round, wet eyes looked at Ella attentively, grateful, curious. Once dry, Ella prepared a simple meal. A mixture of small meats and warm water was carefully placed on a small plate. At first, the owl just sniffed, still hesitant and shy. But when Ella patiently brought the food closer, it finally began to peck at each piece. Every movement was slow and cautious, like a baby eating solid food for the first time. Ella sat, quietly watching, feeling a strange happiness rise in her heart. That night, she prepared a large cardboard box lined with soft towels for the bird. The box was placed next to her bed, like a new member of the household. At first, the owl slept, fitfully, occasionally opening its eyes to look at Ella before closing them again with reassurance. In the days that followed, the bird gradually got used to its warm, safe new home. It was no longer shy or afraid, but began walking gently around the room. Its wings were still weak, but it started flapping them, practicing every day. Ella patiently created gentle exercises to help the owl regain its strength. Every morning she opened the window for the bird to bask in the gentle spring sunlight. The round eyes began to shine with intelligence and curiosity about the world. Ella's family quickly fell in love with the magical little creature. They gave it affectionate names and treated it like a new child. The small house was always filled with laughter and the sound of flapping wings. The bird slowly grew. Its gray feathers became thicker, smoother, shinier. Its claws and beak sharpened, radiating natural majesty. Yet despite its wild instincts, the bird considered Ella real family. At night, it would often fly into her arms, rubbing its head against her hand for warmth. Every look, every gesture was filled with unspoken trust. Soon, Ella's friends and neighbors also learned about this special bird. Whenever they visited, they were surprised to see an owl flying freely around the house. The elderly in the neighborhood found it heartwarming and considered it a sign of good luck. Children eagerly asked Ella to retell the story of how she rescued the little bird. In their hearts, Ella became a quiet hero. One day, someone suggested she share the story in the local newspaper. At first, Ella hesitated, but then realized the story was worth spreading. A small article featuring a photo of the owl perched on her shoulder quickly drew attention. Visitors flocked to Asheville, hoping to witness the magical friendship for themselves. Ella always emphasized, "I only do what my heart tells me to do." She never saw the owl as a pet, but as an equal friend. The young woman and the little bird became a warm symbol of the town. Everyone who visited Ella's home was greeted by the bird's curious eyes. It wasn't fearful of strangers, but remained elegantly reserved. On beautiful days, Ella would carry the owl into the garden, letting it flap its wings in the golden sunlight. Sometimes the bird soared high, circled above, and gently landed on her shoulder. Passers-by would stop, smile, and admire the beautiful sight. Ella cared for the owl not just with her hands, but with her whole heart. She spent time reading books, learning the proper ways to care for wild birds. Day by day, their bond deepened. Luna, the little cat, also saw the owl as a companion. Sometimes people would see the two sitting quietly together on the windowsill, watching the sunset, a strange and beautiful harmony between two different souls. Someone once said, "Maybe this place is so peaceful that miracles happen." Ella smiled, silently agreeing, thankful for that unexpected moment. If not for that rainy afternoon, her life would have been a little less meaningful. And if not for her open heart, the little bird might never have found a warm home. Eventually, the town of Asheville began celebrating a small festival called Wild Friends Day. Ella and the bird were honored guests at the event. She never imagined her small act of kindness would inspire so many. During her speech, Ella said, "Every living thing deserves a second chance." The crowd listened quietly. Many moved to tears. The little owl landed on her shoulder and made a soft chirp, as if to agree. In that moment, the world felt kinder, all from a simple gesture. On the night of the festival, the whole town gazed up at the starry sky, their hearts full of hope. Ella sat by the window, the little owl nestled on her shoulder, listening to the wind's gentle song. In that quiet moment, she realized she had found something truly precious. Not fame, not admiration, but a pure, unspoken connection. The next morning the sun rose, casting light on the little bird's wide wings. It stretched and soared into the blue sky, free yet never far from Ella. Life moved forward, each day filled with peace and small wonders, and the story of Ella and the little owl lived on as a legend in Asheville. Dear friend, thank you for taking the time to follow this story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us.